Republicans in Congress say the Biden administration is trying to censor speech it doesn't agree with.
But the White House says its new plan would protect Americans from disinformation. Alex Cameron takes a closer look from our News on 6 Washington bureau.
Well, the administration is calling it the Disinformation Governance Board. It's under the Department of Homeland Security and intended to help protect the country from threats that can be exacerbated by disinformation. Republicans see it differently.
We do not need a federal entity to try to control speech in the United States.
Senator James Langford and Republicans say there's no need for a Disinformation Governance Board, that disinformation from foreign actors is already being policed by the State Department and the FBI.
So for a long time, we've identified foreign actors and what they're trying to do. It's entirely reasonable. But when you start talking about American to American and trying to engage with something that is domestic disinformation, it's a very different issue.
But DHS Secretary Mayorkas says this is not about policing speech in America. It's about protecting Americans' free speech, and that this board will simply help coordinate the efforts of the entities already tracking disinformation. But Senate Republicans don't buy it and have introduced legislation to defund the Disinformation Board.
I just think it's a bad idea. This is why, again, we have a free press and free exchange of ideas, so we can have multiple people looking at things and Americans can make decisions for themselves rather than having the federal government step in and say, I'm going to tell you what's disinformation.
Similar legislation has been introduced in the House. Marquayne Mullen is a co-sponsor. From our Washington bureau, I'm Oklahoma's own Alex Cameron.